All right, we're here with Coach Klipfel following the first win for the Broncos this season. It's always good to get a win at home, especially to start the year off. It seemed like everything was going the Broncos' way. What areas allowed you guys to find success as a team?
Well, really good ball movement from the beginning with our offense. I thought the ball was going side, top, side, going inside, out, and we had great balance, right? It wasn't one person over and over and over again. So I think especially that group that started, that group learning how to make each other better consistently, which they all have the ability to do. I think that, the sky's the limit with us, not collectively, just them, but with them, it's a great way to get off to the start that we did.
Absolutely. I know defense is also something you focus on as a group. How did you feel your team performed on the defensive end today?
Yeah, I thought we were really good, especially the first half in terms of what we really try and focus on creating more turnovers than we're doing ourselves. And today I think at halftime we were 14. We had forced 14. We only had 4. I don't know what the final number ended up being, but if we can get our defense doing that consistently, that's going to only help our offense. And we talked about our defense in the beginning is, you didn't see us in the scrimmage, and our exhibition game was kind of so-so, but our offense is very much a work in progress, just like everybody's offense at this stage of the game. So our defense has to be good enough to carry us until our offense can get into like a really good rhythm.
So looking ahead to Purdue, what's it going to take for the Broncos to mirror the success in West Lafayette?
I honestly have no idea in terms of their personnel. I haven't watched one clip of them yet, so I'll dive into them today. But obviously, it's going to be a big challenge for us going on the road to that kind of a program. And I can tell you with certainty though that if we move the ball and share the ball the way we did, I think we'll get quality shots. Do they go in consistently or consistently enough? We'll see.
All right, Coach, I got Colin here from the Western Herald. Just got a couple questions for you as well.
You mentioned the offense being a work in progress. If a work in progress is shooting over 50% from the field and putting up 95 points, what do you think this team is capable of?
Yeah, like I said, it's that kind of movement, that kind of rhythm. I think that this team has enough tools and quality tools to be able to produce a fair amount of points. Leading up to this game, we shot like 14% from the arc in a scrimmage and not much better than that in a exhibition game. So the difference, I think, today was the kind of shots we were getting, the rhythm shots, the inside out, the side top side, off of reversals within our offense, and that's what we've been challenging our team to certainly have a little bit more patience, but to see what that creates for us. Today it was good.
And then you mentioned the offensive balance. All 5 year starters scored in double figures today. How important is keeping that balance up going to be this season?
Yeah, it's monumental, right? And not just that 5, but whoever ends up being in that 8-9 person rotation typically is finding that balance and finding that right rotation and the rotation combinations of those rotations, right? I told our team a couple different times that this could be a team that has different starting lineups consistently. We don't know based on the opponent, based on how your week of practice went. So I still think we're trying to find the consistent starting lineup, and if we do, great. If we don't, then I'm not going to be afraid to move things around.
You mentioned still trying to figure out that starting lineup and how it could be flexible. Was part of that why you stuck with those sort of main 5 off the bench in the fourth quarter up 30 rather than using really the whole roster?
Yeah, it really is. We were in – I've never done this. I've never substituted 5 people at the same time, which is what I did at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. And clearly that wasn't the best thing to do, or at least in that situation it didn't work out. So I'll be a little hesitant probably to try that again. But in that team, I think that group just got a little flustered, and we turned the ball over like 5 or 6 times in a row. So when I put him back in the second time, I did it more in a normal rotation, 2 at a time, and then another one, and I thought they had a lot better rhythm too. But that doesn't mean that's our second 5 or our all-time starter group yet. That's still again going to be something that's going to continue to develop.
And then you mentioned the defensive success, forcing all those turnovers. How much of a focus was that leading up to this season, and how much do you hope to carry that forward?
Yeah, a lot. Our defense is we really kind of started over. We scrapped what we've traditionally done in the past for most of my time here. I've turned it over a lot, almost entirely to Coach Rose. So he's implemented a different kind of defense that is kind of a high risk, high reward. You know, we got to be able to figure out if our risk becomes too risky, we got to be able to adjust to that. So we're still trying to figure out those routines. But what you saw today was we knew where the ball was going to go mostly, because that's what our defense is forced to do, forcing the other team to do, and then we know how to rotate out of that. The better we get at that, the higher the reward can be for the risk.